bubbles came raining down from the sky. Normally you would think of bubbles as floating, but these translucent, orangey, pinkish bubbles seemed to contain something extremely heavy compared to the air around them. They sunk with some force. Still light, but moved with more purpose than bubbles that you'd blow during recess on special days as a kid or in the park during summer didn't have. The bubbles started coming down, and I didn't know what to think, but something told me that it wasn't good. I was inside watching some home renovation shows when I noticed them falling outside of my apartment, just a few at first. Figured the kids in the apartment above must have been blowing them outside, off of the balcony. Until I noticed that they were in the distance too. A trick of the eye, maybe? No. It was raining bubbles as far as the eye could see. It was a partially cloudy day, so the sun was still out and it made it hard to see in the distance, but sure enough, plenty of bubbles to go around. Across the street in the park, I could see children playing games in the bubbles, twirling and enjoying this rare occurrence. I made a search on Bing to see if this was, something that could happen. Or if maybe the apartment had a bubble-making machine on its roof. I found nothing, but I noticed that the adults supervising the kids were joining in on the twirling. I thought, how cute. That's a moment that they're going to cherish in their life later on. Those kids will remember their parents acting goofy with them and twirling around. And the bubbles were falling more and more, coating the ground until there were bubbles up to the calves of the adults. I wasn't inconvenienced by this weird event, so I still thought it was funny. But where were all of these bubbles coming from? That's when I heard a knock at my door, a frantic one. It was someone that I trust to get my mail when I'm away. He told me not to go outside and not to open my window, that the bubbles weren't safe. I invited him in, and we looked out the window. The parents began attacking the children and each other, one by one. The sight was horrific. It was punching and tearing and throwing, banging into hard play equipment. There was this rising yelling outside. As all of this was happening, the bubbles fell faster and faster until the violence below was impossible to see because of the bubbles. Eventually, the window was covered in bubbles. Eventually, men in hazmat suits rescued us and took us away to a facility that we couldn't leave. From there, I was on a plane and I was sent to another country. That's what I know. I don't know if my government put something into those bubbles, but they definitely know what's inside them isn't safe.